Hello everybody, my name is Artem and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna navigate you through a very famous and reliable, effective technique of practicing your English language. And this technique is called as shadowing. It's considered to be one of the most effective, the perfect methods of learning English. And as far as I'm concerned, I practice it regularly, which helped me improve my English really significantly. It just went sky high when I started practicing shadowing. In this video, you're not gonna see some shallow, vague, wishy-washy advices. The only advice you need is to shadow for at least 20 minutes a day, ideal up to 60. Your mouth is gonna be drained, your body is gonna be exhausted, and your tongue is gonna just jump out of your face, but you will improve at the end of the day. First of all, I want to give you some tips and some clarity how shadowing helps you, like in general. When you practice shadowing, you practice at once four aspects of English, just at once, yeah. You read the text to memorize new words and new vocabulary. You listen and you speak at the same time, and most importantly, you integrate these native patterns into your mind as kids do when they just start learning their native language. You start thinking directly in English, which I was talking about in my first video on this channel, that you need to cut out all the translations and start thinking directly in English without translating, and shadowing helps you in this just perfectly, just as well. You repeat after the speaker, which allows you to imitate and to emulate proper grammar structures and proper grammar patterns. Okay guys, for example, I found one reel on Instagram and downloaded it into my laptop, and right now I'm about to shadow from this. Okay, let's see how it starts.
Have you ever wondered why everyone fears sharks and see them as monsters, when in reality they're way more misunderstood than you think? But why? Well, first off, sharks don't even like eating humans. Although in movies they're shown as these deadly and soulless man-eaters, most attacks specifically on humans are usually just mistakes or confusion due to misidentification.
Have you ever wondered why everyone fears sharks and sees them as monsters, when in reality they're way more misunderstood than I think? But why? Well, first off, sharks don't even like eating humans. Although in movies they're shown as these deadly and soulless man-eaters, most attacks specifically on humans are just mistakes or confusion due to misidentification. Not only that, but sharks kill only about 5 to 10 people a year. Even though millions of people swim in the ocean daily, you're more likely to die from lightning, deers, or even coconuts, claimed to kill around 150 people per year, although that number is debated. Even crazier, out of 500 different shark species, only 30 have ever bitten humans, and around 3 are real threats. Also, some shark species are known for being calm around humans. For example, lemon sharks often hang out with the divers and don't mind being pet. Or have you ever seen blocking other sharks from approaching divers, giving them attention? And in general, most shark species tend to avoid conflict rather than getting themselves involved. And the most insane thing is that sharks have kept the ecosystem balanced for almost 400 million years, long before dinosaurs. So without them in the beginning, the ecosystems could have collapsed and the world would have developed very differently, meaning we probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for sharks. It was difficult for me text to shadow from. It's a kind of biological text, educational text, but it was so helpful to me because I was interested in this. I paid close attention to details when I was shadowing from this. Moreover, it's engaging and difficult in its grammar structures. And I decided not to cut empty spaces or some pauses when I was shadowing, in order you to see that sometimes you can freeze or forget some words or some phrases, but then you repeat, and repeat. When I begin to shadow, there is only one requirement that you're gonna do. You're gonna pick up a challenging for you and complicated for you text to shadow from. Because if you want to grow, if you want to elevate, really level up, you need to challenge yourself and take yourself outside of your comfort zone, and it requires something unfamiliar, something challenging. Because we learn only when we see the meaning, only when the learning becomes meaningful to us. When something is challenging or difficult, almost agonizing to do, it is always meaningful, right? And you're always learning better from something that is difficult for you. When you practice shadowing, you kind of comprehend the context, and words are learned easier and faster because through understanding the context and some similarity in the text, you are able to learn unfamiliar to you words through some associations in your mind. It's like the equation when you subtract, multiply, or add something in mathematics. Sounds amazing, right? And I know I want to end this video with my final words, with this kind of final sentence that I found really motivating. Shadowing reminded me of this kind of tendency we always emulate from someone, whether it's a good behavior or it's a bad behavior. This is why when we want to be healthy, happy, wealthy, or whatever it is, we emulate from people who already possess these qualities or this knowledge. This is what we do when we shadow. We learn from native speakers or from not native speakers, it doesn't really matter, but from people who just speak English at a very good level, right? We're not reinventing our own bicycle and trying to ride around the city, crashing to the wall every 10 seconds. We're simply repeating, and repeating. And this is the magic of shadowing. Okay, my friend, if you liked this video and you found it really useful, please subscribe and like it. And wait for my new videos. I'm gonna share more information about English with you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.